So what are we making today, folks? Well, we're making malt cob rolls. Very simple and easy recipe and very, very tasty. We'll be going straight in with the recipe. First, you need some malt cob flour. Now, malt cob flour is basically flour with bits in it, like this. Now, you can buy these bits, the malt cob bits, from eBay or Amazon. They do sell them. So you can get hold of this, and it actually comes with more dust in this than this. And then you can add it into the flour. Now, if you do it that way, in this bowl you have 910 grams of white flour and 187 grams of bits. If you get the flour itself, I would sieve it to get the bits out, because I always reckon it's better to put your bits in last. I always mix this for around about 5 minutes on the machine, then add in the bits, because the bits do suck up water anyway. So let's get straight down to the recipe itself. As I said, 910 grams of white flour, 187 grams of malt cob bits, 600 milliliters of water, 28 grams of fresh yeast. Now check the description if you want to see what dried yeast is. 18 grams of salt and 18 grams of Baker's Improver. Now you don't have to use this, it's up to you if you want to use it or not, but I'm using it. And if you don't use it, you do need to give your bulk fermentation a lot longer. We'll get this straight into the machine. First, we start off by putting our dry ingredients in, but leave out the bits first. Just mix that round. Add in our yeast, add in our water. And we're going to mix this on first speed, if you've got a 3-speed machine, for 1 minute. Well, let's have a look. Yeah, that looks fine. That's going to be wet enough. We get up to 5 minutes, still need a little bit more water, then we'll add it in. But you do want it a little bit softer for this one. Well, we'll carry on mixing this for 5 minutes. And if you've got a 3-speed machine, put it on 2nd speed. That's 5 minutes. We'll check the dough. Yeah, that's fine. Now, because this is 5 minutes in, it's just wet enough, that is, to add in your bits. So if you just add your bits in and continue mixing for 5 minutes. You can see your bits going in well, and that's just right. When we get to complete 5 minutes, that'll be just perfect. Right, our dough's ready. Just spray that round with a little bit of spray oil. Just makes it easier to come out. There's our granary dough. Just mould this into a bowl. That's it. And we'll prove this for around about, give or take, 10 to 15 minutes. This is just to rest it. Now it wants to come up to about there. Now if you're not using any improver, you want to make sure it's right fully up. That's the best way of looking at it. So we'll cover this over and put it in a nice warm place. Our malt cob's ready. We'll just pop this on the table, but don't knock this back at the moment. What we need to be doing is scaling this off at 460 grams. Just mould these into a sausage. You can just roll them out if you want, like this. Just make sure you get that air out, like that. Once again. Okay, so like little sausages. You want them nice and even. Now I know you haven't got a set of wheels. You want to split these into 5. For me, down there like that. So if you take one off, weigh it, that's 80, and then scale the rest of these off at 80. Then split these all up, and that's your rolls. With these you can go long or round, whichever the case may be. But for me, I'm going to go round. And need your baking tray. If you probably remember the video I did, I got this from Habitat. First outing, I think it's a second outing. Seems to be okay. just spray your base with oil because it does help these. They are non-stick, but don't take any notice of non-stick. Just keep oiling them anyway. So just get your hands like this. Once again, cup them over the top and then gently go round and round like this, okay? Or if you can't, just go like this. You remember plaster scene when you were kids, like that, if that's easier for you. But the old baker would tell me, if you don't mould 2 up and you only mould 1, you can only get half your wages. So you can go like this, or you can go like this. Whichever you feel good with. And there we go. I didn't really know how many this dough mix made, because it's the same as if I made a loaf of bread, the amount of flour. So we'll split them amongst the 2 trays I've got. So there we go, folks. That amount of dough makes 19 rolls. So all we need to be doing with these now is proving them up. So they come up to about that round. Now it is going to take, I would say, a good 40 minutes for these. So after about 20 minutes, pop on your oven. Your oven temperature wants to be around about 210 Celsius, give or take. So we'll just cover these over, unless you've got a little prover. If you've got a little prover, put them in your prover. But cover them over and put them in a nice warm place. Our malt cob rolls are ready for the oven. So we're going to be putting these in the oven. Now they're going to be baking for 15 minutes, give or take. Don't forget, halfway through the baking, turn them around in the oven. Well, there you go, folks. Wasn't that nice and easy? And these malt cob rolls are absolutely lush. And I bet you're wondering, they're very, very easy to make, but what are they like inside? Should we have a look? Okay, let's go for it. So we'll cut this one open. My faithful knife, yeah. I'll try not to cut my finger off like I did the other day. I won't tell you about that story. So let's cut him open. There you go, all the lovely bits inside. That's just nice and moist. And the thing is with malt cob, it just stays really, really fresh for a very, very long time, because it's all the malt that's in it. Oh, that smells gorgeous. I mean, the people who supply the bits, I mean, they've been in the business for, well, a good 100, 150 years. So they do know their stuff in malt. And they're sat down in Essex somewhere. Lots and lots of places on eBay sells this type of stuff, and Amazon, so you can obtain the bits from anywhere. Or alternatively, just buy some flour with it already in. And the one I can actually recommend to you is Wessex Mill, because Wessex Mill, well, basically speaking, this is their recipe. That's all they do, is just mix this in, their percentage, whatever it is they put in. It wasn't hard to work out. You take a bag of theirs, sieve it, and you know how much goes in it, don't you? And once again, Wessex, Shipton, numbers of little small millers, they're always really, really good for getting good quality flour. Now with this type of product, it's always best to use a bread improver with it, because the bits basically retard the dough, so it really, really moves slow. Because I sometimes find in the bakery when I'm not using anything, it really goes dead slow and I could be waiting for ages for it, you know. But well, there you go. If you like this type of content, please subscribe and please share. And don't forget to check out the description, because that is where you're going to find your recipe and lots of other things. And we'll see you again very shortly on the Crazy Baker channel. Laters!